Hey guys, what's up? It's Klaireeberry. I'm here today to bring to you the Divine Masculine reading again. I'm going to have a new schedule going out this week, so watch out for that. It's going to be just a little bit different. More videos coming at you every single week, and it's going to be clearer about who they're for. So you won't have to guess. It's not going to be some random shit. It's going to be for who you are, where you are in your situation, and the vibes that we're getting from that. So I had another housekeeping. What else was there? The sale that I have, you guys, is going away. I'm starting to get a little bit more backed up than I like to, although I'm still getting readings out in a couple of days. So if you want a reading at the good prices, check it out. I think I'm going to cut it off about 5 p.m. Central Time on Friday. So that'll be the 28th here of August, okay? So let's just jump right in. Again, this is a Divine Masculine reading. So this is for the Divine Masculine in the relationship. This also could be the Divine Masculine within yourself, because we all have both sides of ourselves, and we have to look at that, and we can find a lot of answers if we use that as a tool to say, okay, this is, it can provide clues to help you. Okay, so we got divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. We've been getting this quite frequently, quite steadily over the summer. I feel like it's just part of the energy. Okay, so we can turn these toward you a little bit. Maybe might help a little bit. Decide to do both. Okay, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Work with it, not against it. We don't want to make things harder on ourselves. Let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. Forgiveness is huge, okay? And a lot of us are angry right now. A lot of this Mars energy in Aries is just shining out. It's spilling over. Everybody's rah, rah, rah in some sense. You know, some people in different areas of their life more than others. Okay, breathe and forgive. Remember, as we forgive ourselves, we have to forgive others, and we do need to forgive ourselves. We do need to forgive others, especially our person. Okay, especially our person. So this video is going to be made more with the idea of just like a general, no to low communication, or like talking, but just not where you want it to be. Okay, and most of the general videos that you see are going to be like that unless it says otherwise. Okay, I just wanted to throw that in there in case I confused you guys earlier. Okay, a new romantic cycle begins. We've been getting a lot of these. Okay, it's a new cycle, a new cycle, a new cycle. It's this new flirty energy. It's this new fun energy. Okay, but it's also, there's a spiritual evolution that is having this new beginning to happen. Okay, don't you forget that, because it's not going to happen, without it. Not at all. Okay, so we're going to take some underlying energy here. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like we've been going within, either because of the tower moment or because we want to prevent tower moments in the future. Okay. There's a lot of focus on the partnership right here. I feel like there's almost like eyes, like everybody's like, is this gonna work itself out? Is this not? What's gonna happen? And then it's like, okay, well, the tower moment, it's almost like it inevitably was gonna happen. Okay, so there's like that balancing out on both sides that happens when you have the tower moment. Okay, I can feel there's just a lot of blame. There's a lot of like detachment. It's like, I've been hurt so many times, like some cynicism coming through. Okay, but of course, we have our twos here, so this is that duality. This is that going within that we need to have, that being sensitive to our own selves. This is understanding the you, the me. This is the twin flames, you and the I and I and I and I. If this is me and this is you, then there's two, you have to have your higher and your lower self on board. Okay, even your lower self has to be on board with you when you're in alignment. Okay, we talk about this in the Law of Attraction. Check out my Law of Attraction playlist. I also have a Law of Attraction in the program in the description box below. Starts out about a third of the program. It's a video program, about a third of it, maybe 10 videos or so, about the holistic Law of Attraction. Okay, and it's important. Okay, so interesting underlying. Okay, it's like there's a lot of, again, it's kind of the sensitivity to the, to the relationship. Like it's raw, like because of the tower moment, it's best not to push. It's raw. It's like it needs to heal. It's very tender still. Okay. And we need to do the healing. We need to go within. We need to do the shadow work. Okay. Because people we don't realize why we draw things to us, but every situation, every thought, every judgment that we draw, that we think that we have in our heads is there for a reason. It's hard to imagine, but it's true. And it can help us. And it's a roadmap. We just have to be willing to learn the language and pick up on the clues. And that's what we're doing here. That is what we're doing. Going within. Shadow work, okay? Not looking at the outer world anymore. We can't. We're realizing it doesn't get us anywhere. All it gets us is the tower moments. And we're sick of this crap, We're done with it. And so a lot of us are really fed up. A lot of us are having the anger. A lot of us are like, I'm not even going to do it anymore. Okay, because this is all we get. Because we've been doing the same thing. Okay, we haven't been doing enough, of the going within. It's the before and the after. Yeah, we've started going within, but we need to keep going within. We need to understand the inner healing and the effect it has on the back and forth, on the relationship, on really any energy that you're giving out. Any energy. At work, at home, online, wherever you go. Your energy is a combination, of how you're juggling your higher and lower selves. We all do that. And again, how our ability to do that directly affects how we can come into the relationship. And we need to stop being so hard on ourselves. Stop. The shame, the blame, the guilt, the not forgiving, it's got to go. We've got to rise. We have got to rise. And I want you to stop saying, I need to know if my twin flame is my twin flame, or I need to know if we're going to be together. I need to know, I want you to stop. That is it's the wrong question. And I could sit here and take your money and just tell you, oh yeah, what you want to hear. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be the little peaches and cream. I'm going to tell you the truth. You have to do some work on your dang self. We all do. I still do the work to this day. I do the work on a regular basis, even though I talk to my person, see my person regularly. Okay? Even though we're exclusive, even though he tells me, I know him better than anybody else in this whole entire world. So this is what we do. Okay? We do the work. The tower moments are there for a reason. Again, if there's a reason for the tower moment will happen again. Okay? If you do the work, then you take away all these reasons for the tower moment. And then you don't have to have so many tower moments. That's how we get to our new cycle. Okay? That's how we do it. We can do it. I'm like this cheerleader, and it's like, yes, touchdown or whatever. Oh my gosh, we might actually get to play football. I can't believe it. Games this Friday. Like outside, I'm gonna wear my mask, I guess. I don't know. Going. Anyway, not trying to be divisive or anything, but you guys are, I think, open-minded enough to realize that I have to wear a mask there anyway. So anyway, the times we live in, new romantic cycle in the relationship. Do you feel it, believe it, achieve it? It's coming. It is going to be helpful. Okay? We have a purpose. There's a divine underlying order and a reason for this relationship. This is not just all fun and games, This is beautiful. It's even deeper and more magical, than you even knew, and more critical, but not in a way where it makes us like, desperate to try to achieve something. We need to stop trying to get anywhere and realize we already are where we need to be, you know, and we need to focus on ourselves. Okay. I want to always go back to the bozo versus the boss. Okay. Remember, the bozo blames their person or blames themselves. The spectrum could be on either side. They obsess too much usually about their person. They don't give their person any space, you know, and then they spoil their person at their own detriment. You know, they're giving at the extent, you know, at the detriment of themselves. But if you're going to be the boss, you're not going to do that. You know, you're going to blame equally. You're going to be able to take blame, give, you know, balance and equality. Just be. Blame is balanced. Your obsession, if you're going to obsess about yourself just as much as you obsess about your person. That's all there is to it. Same thing with the overcompensation, kind of the same thing. You're going to spoil your person just as much as you're going to spoil yourself. Okay? And you're not going to smother. You're going to give them space. You're going to give yourself space. Okay? That's how to be. Just be. Balance and equality. It's got to be equal. You've got to maintain that balance. Just like the ball here. You got to maintain that balance, or we will fall off. Especially Divine Feminine always gets knocked off. It's just the way society is. It's the way we are, especially Divine Feminine, especially if you've had any trauma and got any codependent tendencies in your life at all. You have to like work harder to like not fall off the ball and to not fall into the quicksand. Okay? It's just something and that's what we're learning to do. That is what we're learning to do here. So make sure and watch all the videos in the Twin Flames Talks playlist and definitely get the program. So anyway, let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, we want to look at Divine Masculine and the mental and the emotional. So Divine Masculine, I think really, really looking at, you know, what doesn't need to stay in their life. They're really looking at the bigger picture. But it's like they know that they've got to cut things out. I mean, it's so clear. It's so cliche, but it's so clear. What do I have to cut out of my life in order to have everything that I want? Okay? There might be literally doing the decluttering, you know, literally throwing things away. But that's never an easy process. And it's not just, you know, that can be very emotional. And that can also clear space for you to do completely new things. Just like this space 2 years ago, you know, who knows what was here? A bunch of books, a bunch of clutter that over the years, you know, I have slowly and methodically like gotten rid of so that I can now have this wonderful space to come to. Maybe super wonderful, but you know, this space that I can really do what I want, you know, here, and it's a nice space. It makes me feel good, you know, that type of a thing. It's not just a superficial thing. This is a deep. It's combined, you know. There's going to be probably Divine Masculine making changes in their job, making changes in their, you know, their commute just came up, making changes in their home, making changes in their possibly even deeper like belief systems, you know, things like that. But again, it's getting it's deeper too. It's like we're changing, you know, our idea, and there seems like there's some really outdated ideas of not only who we are, but how we need to live, and kind of like what we want to do. You know, it's kind of like that long term, like what I want to do when I grow up sort of energy, that there's like a refocus here. Okay, so refocusing and emotionally here. Okay, yeah, carrying a torch. Look, Divine Masculine's up to something. Divine Masculine is about to be acting. Okay, their emotions here are wanting them to act. They've got a cause, they've got a reason. This is imbued with what is making them happy. This is imbued with what is making them feel urges sexually. This is also spiritual. This is back to the combination and the understanding of the spirituality with the passion, with the, you know, it's everything. It's for a reason. We can't dissect it and say, oh, this side and that side, you know, of the relationship. This is the accepting of all of it. All of it. Understanding it and putting it together into a bigger picture. Okay? And like having a cause. And it has to do, you know, this whole, it's like a healing process. It's a letting go of some of those old thoughts, beliefs, and expectations that told divine masculine that they didn't deserve everything, that they didn't deserve nice things, literally, not just metaphorically here, literally. They probably were like verbatim told that, or, people are really, in parenting, sometimes, or teachers, who knows, people really can do some damage, and that's why these beliefs are deep. This is not just a changing, we're getting better with our house, we're getting better with our job. This is believing and achieving, believing you deserve more. And divine masculine, I think slowly, again, I know I repeat, but that's because I do videos, and sometimes these things take a little bit of time to unfold. And that's life. You got to learn how to be patient, and then you got to learn how to keep up, and then you got to learn how to be patient again. And it's just one of those things. It's divine timing, not our timing, right? We just got to flow with go with the flow. But here again, divine masculine definitely has something, it's like they've got a urge, they've got a fire, and it's like, I don't know how like deep the plan goes here, but it's like their emotions are really wanting them to like get off their butt and do something. And so I think we'll see how that plays out for them. Okay, so let me take a sip here. Okay, so we have to look at divine masculine and how they're seeing divine feminine at this time. Okay, so kind of like, again, very, very, very passionate. I definitely think that divine feminine here is like the only thing, the only one on their mind. It's just like, it's almost like I shouldn't kind of energy. Like I shouldn't cross the line. Should I or shouldn't I? It's like they want to, but they're feeling a pull from their higher selves that's telling them, maybe I should get better, before I get more entangled with them. Maybe I should finish something, maybe, and, that can be a trap, but it can also be reality. So it's just one of those things, divine, God, like there is definitely action. There's definitely an attempted, it's like a changing of the future. Like it's a changing of the courses, and it's like, holy crap, we're like super busy on this. That's very interesting. Again, they are seeing divine feminine as well, like moving and shaking, having a purpose, doing things. Okay. And there we go. Interesting. So emotionally, they see divine feminine as very much in control, very much leader, very much not afraid to go out on their own. Okay. Very much teaching, maybe kind of teaching in a way that is a little harsh in a way, just not, maybe. Almost kind of unreachable. It's almost kind of daunting, I think, how in tune they know that you are with yourself, with the divine. They love that. Okay. Think it should be celebrated. This is how, they think of you. So they, they think that you're having a great time, enjoying yourself, that you're bossing it up, that you're so in control of your emotions, and like that you know what you want emotionally. Like they see, obviously, your emotional connection. I think it really puts them in awe. And this makes sense because we all know divine masculine, that's not their strength. So it's kind of like them recognizing divine feminine, for, their emotional, not only abilities, but, this is the creativity in the group think. So if they're seeing, this might be divine masculine really looking at divine feminine and saying like, wow, like you know, you're giving back, like, and you're helping and you're leading, you know, and you're doing this all in emotional way. You know, it's like if they see you possibly with family, you know, taking care of, you know, like doing work, helping people, even just like having fun, you know, just friends chatting, like literally your connection. And if they get to see you with, it's like, you know what it is? It's almost like the getting like jealous of, oh, they're having fun without me, you know, like I wish I was there sort of energy. So that's just cute. Okay. So we need to get deeper though. We definitely need to get deeper. And we need to see, oh, here we go. How divine masculine is thinking and feeling about the relationship. So they're thinking like, okay, new beginning, okay, new beginning. They may be thinking about what they can do to get that going. I feel like they can't come up with anything. I feel like they don't know what to do because emotionally they're immature. They literally don't know what to do. And you know, sometimes divine feminine doesn't want to have to tell divine masculine every little thing to do, but like in a way they just need, again, this patience. They need this forgiveness. They need this understanding. And when we can look at our person and look at them and say, you know what, the reason they are, because the way that they are, the reason they're distant, the reason they're confused, the reason, you know, whatever that you don't like, it's that way because of the way they were raised, you know. And I always think about this, and divine masculine, usually the issue, it's not how they feel. Obviously they feel very intensely about you. It's just that other side that comes over and like gets in the way and blocks them from being able to, you know, kind of be open and experience it in the same way. Okay. I mean, it's different for everybody, of course, but it's just one of those things. They've got to kind of learn, you know, how to love, you know, how to give, how to also be patient. You know, the best way that we can teach our person, you know, or our people to be patient is to be patient ourselves and to be, you know, to be forgiving. Okay. Wow. So it's like, I feel like divine masculine's having a really, I gotta get some more clarification on this. The mental is just, it's not that easily read here. And there's a lot. Okay. Yeah, lovely. So, yeah, the problems probably are stemming from, you know, there could be father issues here. I think with divine masculine, they're unable, you know, to give more than they can give because they just kind of like weren't given that much, like didn't have that, probably that great of a childhood at all. You know, not to make excuses in any way, shape, or form, because again, if this person who you're thinking of, divine flame, who I'm talking about here, if you think that if you know, if they're even disrespectful but just like abusive or anything, it's not your twin flame. So don't get into, you know, that sort of thing. But otherwise, this is just, you know, it's just deep wounds. It's really, I'm getting like a really young, like 5 years old, like really, really alone. Like this might be like neglect. Like, I don't know, you know, how much you may know even about, because this stuff like this is not stuff that divine masculine talks about. Oh yeah, I had this trauma that went on, you know, this really shitty thing happened when I was 5. I don't remember a lot of it, but I know it happened, and it definitely, you know, No, okay, it's just not high up there on the list for anybody to want to share too much, you know, all the time, because it's hard to deal with, but it will cause problems, and it does cause problems. And so how do we help divine masculine heal? Well, we need to lead in the only way that we can, you know, is by doing, you know, taking the baby steps, taking the small steps, and leading our own self, you know, being the best that we can be. doing the things that need to be done, taking care of all of those thoughts, beliefs, and expectations, using the shadow work on them. If you haven't watched the shadow work playlist, I highly recommend it. There's also, again, shadow work in the program down in the description box below. 30 videos long. Check it out. Very, very good deal. Okay, it goes deep into the inner child healing, and that's what we need to go all the way. We have to go all the way, you guys. We've got to do it. We've got to get in there. We've got to heal this stuff. You got to heal it with the shadow work, and then you got to go clean it out even further with the inner child healing. Otherwise, again, it's just, we'll have these lessons, and we know, see, that's why the garlic's here. It's because this is healing. Tower moments are healing. We think tower moments are shitty. Why do we always have to have them? Well, it's because they teach us stuff. It's because they help us. They get us recalibrated back on track eventually. You ever notice that? Like after, we come back together. Oh, well, okay, yeah, things are better. It's not just, honeymoon phase. It's that literally you solved an issue and then moved on. And yeah, maybe you'll come back to it later. Maybe you'll have another issue. A lot of times we know it's the same things happening over and over again. So that's why when we change ourselves on the daily basis, from the inside out, with the baby steps first, not trying to rush it, not trying to jump back into things like we always do because we're so passionate and we're so needy and we're so feeling that pull. I know I feel it too. I make mistakes all the time. Okay. But this is about being not only our higher selves, but this is kind of just about being strategic. Like, definitely recommend the Twin Flames Talks playlist for this. Right here on YouTube. Even little things you do here are going to really add up. Okay. So we're just going to go into, and again, if you want a personal reading, let me know. Again, on sale for the rest of the week till Friday at 5. So blockages, we're going to do 3 solutions. Okay. So we got to learn how to be happy regardless. This is the ultimate paradox, but we have to learn how to be happy without our person. Even though we are basically the same person, even though we share a blueprint of a soul, blah, 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 blah. We all know this stuff, right? We all talk about this, hear about this, think about this all the time, okay? Even though doesn't take away your autonomy in life, okay? This is like principle numero uno. It's still about you, and you still have to protect yourself at all costs. You still have to put yourself first. Again, you have to fill your own love cup up. You can't expect another person to fill it up, or you will be draining them, even if they can fill yours up, which they can't. You have to do it yourself. You have to find what makes you happy and give it to yourself. And that in that way, you kind of take the pressure off of other people to have to make you happy. That sort of comes through. And we can't look at the past so much. Let it go, okay? Let the past be the past, okay? Again, we have to come into this more open state of trusting right now. And again, if we can allow compassion and forgiveness to find us, then we can expect that back in return from the universe. So we don't have to worry. We don't have to fret. We just have to get on the right frequency. See this blue, all these blues, this beautiful crystal clear color, knowing where we are, what we're doing, the visionary, being balanced, knowing what, again, truly makes you happy, giving it to yourself, staying busy too, okay? Not dwelling, not, what's the word? Not bloating. I'm like gloating, like just being in a slump, like, getting down in the vortex. Oh, don't do that. Your purpose, if all you're doing is, trying to keep yourself on a good vibration, that is all you need to do. Okay? That is what you focus on. Okay? And it's not chasing it. It's not chasing it in shallow ways. Okay? You have to know the real ways that are emotional, there's that emotional fulfillment that needs to happen. We can't neglect our emotions. We can't just focus on the outer all the time. It's actually incredibly dangerous. It's actually incredibly unhealthy to always be in this yan. That's why our adrenals are shot. We're drinking coffee, eating meat every day. The exact things that we take in foods for, like it's doing the opposite thing to us than we think it is. It's just like ridiculous. That's a whole nother issue though. Our solutions here, of course, we have healing and deep-seated change here with our thoughts, beliefs, and expectations. This is shadow work, you guys. This is understanding the processes. This is again, Twin Flames Talks playlist, okay, for sure. Really joining in on the community here. Woo, give and take here, okay? Making possible videos, helping other people, talking, listening. These are the angels getting together, with those healing anecdotes, those healing, we have a lot of second witness stuff. You'll start to see, people starting to pull the same cards as you in the community, or, like Anna and I always like, I just talked about, something that she was just talking about, or I was saying that. And a lot of that goes with astrology too. So it's really neat to see. Okay, but the healing is super, super, super important. It's important to focus on the law of attraction like we talked about earlier. This is healing through the law of attraction. This is healing combined with the shadow work as well. It's just so important. You have to get not only your mental in the right place, you've got to get your emotions, you've got to get your actions, and then your habits, your actions over time, all working towards the same goal, the same thought, belief, and expectation. You've got to make what you want your expectation. And the way that we do that, you got to move it through the line. You got to move it through the process. Again, I talk about it all in the Holistic Law of Attraction in my program. So check that out. Okay. We're in this kind of still this Venus in Cancer. Okay. We're focused on things that make us feel secure, make us feel peaceful and safe. We're kind of naturally inclined to that. Okay, in the next couple of days, we do have our moon in Sagittarius as well. So it's kind of like we're in this peaceful vibe. We're in this, it's a good time to kind of really learn and focus on the holistic law of attraction, okay, and how you can help other people as well with this, and how we can sort of help all of us kind of change our collective. Because let me tell you, the law of attraction, I have a video about this too on the playlist. I think it should be taught to preschoolers everywhere. Like, this is a disservice not to teach your kids the law of attraction. They need to know how the universe really truly works here, because if you don't use it to your benefit, I mean, why not? You're missing out big time. Okay, we have to keep that emotional connection too, teach all the kids too, like. And this is part of our job right now. Like when we come on here and we share on YouTube or TikTok or whatever you like to share on, and however you shine your light, which yes, is increasingly more online these days, but that's okay, because you can reach more people honestly than you can. If you're trying to change lives, you can reach more people online than you usually can, depending on where you live, by like going out and standing on a street corner, especially these days. So, having this life where we can create this peace, where we can stay connected, a lot of people are more working from home. A lot of people are, starting new ventures. And it's like having this emotional connection with you throughout your life and not getting to that disconnect point is like, we need leaders like you. We need more people to do that. Again, we need more people to wake up, more people to wake more people up. We've got to activate the light grid here and get this, enlightenment going on. I mean, look around. We desperately need this. So we meditate on world peace. We meditate, if your city, I meditate on my city peace all the time. But yeah, the world, all of it, just raise it up. Any of the vibration, any help that we can give, anytime, even if you're just thinking about your person, guys, you're helping the world with a good positive vibration. Because when you think about your person and the love that you feel, it's like you're home and your soul is home, and that is beautiful. So go there with your heart. It'll help you also to heal, because when you hold your person your true person. And you can even hold, the blank vision if you're not sure who your twin flame it really is. Just hold that picture, in your mind as like, just blank it out the face or something. It's glowing too much. You can't see it, but that's your home feeling. That's your love. And you don't need it with somebody else because it's already there. Okay? It's already there. And I mean, if you need me to tell you it's there, why are you here? Like this is a soul calling thing. This to me is like light workers. It's the same thing. Twin flames are pretty, I'm not one for like labels and dividing and this and this and that. To me, light workers and, we have a lot in common, and there's a lot of history. Okay. And if we can feel peaceful, if we can stay in our bliss bubble, just again, remember, you're doing more than just helping yourself, but you are helping yourself in a huge way. Okay. The more you can visualize, visualize is all about the law of attraction. Let's do this. Let's rise. Okay. Stay busy, keep shining. Okay. Try to stay calm in this Aries energy. Okay. We're staying calm. We're deep breathing. We're really understanding that this Mars in Aries for this long is really doing a number on a lot of people. And they're talking about their adrenals and their, people are, coping in a lot of different ways that are unhealthy, and people are, popping off everywhere. And that's fine, but we are going to really be protective of our energy right now, like even more than usual. Really gonna withdraw, go within. You may be feeling great, and let's use that again to hone in on what we really want for this new cycle. Because if we don't have a good blueprint of what we want as far as what we want to create, then you tend to attract what you fear, because that is the next most powerful thing besides love. So you have to really figure out what it is that you want that is going to make you so happy. It's like what you love, like, does this spark joy or not? It's that sort of thing. So you just want to daydream and feel it out and think about it. And when you get that, optimistic feeling, I think these next couple days, again, Moon and Sag, we're just kind of, and it is kind of like that new, fresh directive, progression, understanding of the law of attraction and the way Twin Flames works. Again, Twin Flames Talks playlist. Check out the program. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, etc. Thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate you guys. And I'll be back again soon with more videos. So make sure you hit the bell, and you can find me all over social media if you want to. You can find the links at Klaireeberry.com if you want the most up-to-date prices on the readings. It's always in the most recent video. So check the description box for all of that jazz. Peace. Take care. Don't forget the bliss bubble. You're very necessary. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to spread that light. Put yourself first. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. If you start to do your visualizations and you're just imagining certain thing happening with your person, go do it by yourself. Go give it to yourself. Let's just tell yourself, oh, the next time I do this, it'll be even better with my person. Now that I'm on the vibe where I'm doing this sort of thing, and it's knowing, what you deserve. Knowing what you deserve. If you can't afford it, that's fine. It doesn't have to always be something expensive. Okay? Just giving yourself time to be, to breathe. Giving yourself time to process things. Okay? I think there has been a lot going on. And we need to be intentional moving forward into this new beginning. Yay! Because, again, we sometimes start out on new beginnings. Oh, new beginning this year starting out great, blah, 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 blah. Or today starting out great, blah, 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 blah. Crash and burn. Same thing as last year, same thing as yesterday. No. We're not only going to start strong this time, we're going to keep it going and remember those lessons that we learned. Remember those things we need to change and follow through. We got this. Okay? Just remember, anytime you're thinking about your person, they're doing this, he's doing that, blah, 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 blah. Look within. And I teach you how to do that in the program. Shadow work all the way, baby. Oh, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.